Okay, this is gonna be a very very short demonstration for how to fix your the color layers if you may have this problem or have issues with this. So you may run into this problem where you may have put all of your colors on a single layer, or you may have like combined some layers together to create colors. Now, if you do like this type of coloring already, like this is like a really nice picture that I colored already here. But now, if I were to try to do a clipping mask on the top, if I were to make a new layer, create a clipping mask, if I were to try to like only color the hat here, like I want to do like a darker value for the hat. The problem with that though is it's not going to clip on that hat there. Okay, the only reason why that happened though is because this whole layer is basically a color layer. But the way that the clipping mask works though, and again I meant to delete that one. It's basically any area that you color in. Like I'm coloring in the circle right here. Okay, if I were to create a new layer on top and create a clipping mask for that area, and let's just say I wanted to do like a lighter value here. It's only going to affect that area that I colored in. But since I have everything colored in on this layer, even though they're all different colors, this is all colored in technically. If I were to do a clipping mask on top of that, though, that's part of the reason why the clipping mask is not working the way that you may think it is. But there is a way to fix that problem if you run into that issue. The only thing we have to do now is we're gonna have to like create separate layers for the areas that you've colored in. And a really easy way we can do that though is you want to select the color layer, and we're going to use this magic wand tool. So it may be by default the quick selection tool, but you click on the mouse button, you can get this magic wand tool. And magic wand tool is really nice because you can just kind of like click the area, and it's going to only select that one color. So I'm gonna this is going to select that red color, this is that brown, this is that blue, this is the blue for the other side. So, that's real easy though in order to do that. So, we're going to just like select the colors and just make a new layer. So I'm going to click on the red hat here, and we're going to basically make a copy of that red hat. So I'm going to have you guys hold Command and press C as in cat to copy, and then Command and go hold Command again and press V as in Valentine to paste. So now there's a whole separate layer for just the hat alone. Okay, we're just going to title that hat or red hat so we know what it is. And again, those hotkeys are, copy and paste that we did. Copy and paste. Okay, so we're going to do one with the red hat. I'm going to do one for this orange background. Oops. And again, I selected the wrong one. I actually want to click on the color. So make sure to select the color layer when you go back to choosing your colors. As this is not really having any colors, only the red hat. So on the color layer, I'm going to select the orange background. So Command C to copy, Command V to paste. Okay, we're going to tell this orange background. And depending on how complex your coloring is, you're going to have to do this for all the layers. So now we're going to do one for the blue shirt. Now I can click on both of these blue shirts because I actually want it to be all on like one layer for the blue shirt here. So we're gonna have to click on one of them, and then you're gonna hold Shift. So you're gonna hold the Shift key. So when you hold the Shift key, you can actually select multiples. So I'm just gonna hold the click on this first, and then hold Shift and click on it to select the other part of the shirt. If I wanted to just click on the red hat, I could do that too, but we're not going to do that. But you're going to hold the Shift key though if you want to select on more than one thing. So now I have my blue shirt selected. Whoops. So click on it, Shift, hold Shift and click on it again, and Command C to copy, Command V to paste. So now we have this blue shirt. Alright, so everything's on a separate layer now. So now if we wanted to do the clipping mask on the red hat, so if we want to do like a darker value, so we'll hold the Option key, use the brush, Option key, brush tool, go with a darker red. Now we can, oops, Command Z, create a new layer. So create a new layer, clipping mask. Now if we were to color over it again, it would work the way that it was intended. Okay, so if you did the coloring right though, you won't need to do this step. This is just in case you may have messed up the coloring, you didn't do it the proper way. Um, a lot of times in Photoshop, you can there's actually either like a hard way of doing things, or there's not a right or wrong way of doing things. There's always an easy way of doing it, and then there's always a hard way of doing it. And I really want to try to avoid having to do things the hard way. This is kind of like why we're going over the clipping mask and how to do it properly. As this is going to make your life so much easier if you want to add like shadows, details to your picture. Oh, I forgot his face. So, we're going to do another one here. Magic wand tool, click on the face, hold shift and click on the top part of the hat. Command C to copy, Command V to paste, and we're just going to title it skin. So on this layer here, again, just like we did before, we're going to create a new layer, clipping mask. And again, if you want to label it, you can. You can call it face shadow. You always want to label everything. That just makes everything easier. But if you look at it, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers almost. It's a lot of layers to work with for such a simple looking drawing. But this one here, we're going to do a gradient. So we're going to click on this. I'm actually going to select the brown in his face here. I'm going to be playful with it. I'm going to try to do the brown here. I'm actually going to capture this orange that's here. Sometimes it's nice to get like use the background as part of your lighting. And then same brown here, but we're going to go with the darker value. And just see how that looks. So click OK. Actually, move this in the middle. Okay. And we're going to do a gradient that goes downward. It looks pretty good. This is like how you would do like your values and the shading, the details for your picture. All right. Same thing with the shirt too. Well, you get the idea though. I'm not going to do the shirt. I want to keep this video short.